Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to solve section C, that is 3-mark questions from pair of linear equations in two variables chapter, which had appeared in CBSE board exam 2025. So in this video we will be solving 5 questions. So you will find each question along with their timestamps in the description box below. So let us start with the first question now. The monthly incomes of two persons are in the ratio 9:7 and their monthly expenditures are in the ratio 4:3. If each saved rupees 5,000, express the given situation algebraically as a system of linear equations in two variables, hence find their respective incomes. So let us try to understand the question first. There are two persons and their monthly salaries or incomes are in the ratio 9:7. Now they are going to spend some money after they have got their incomes, and the expenditure or spending amount is given in the form of ratio, that is 4:3. Now suppose they are going to save 5,000 rupees each per month. We have to express this given statement in the form of pair of linear equations in two variables, and then we have to finally find how much was their monthly income. So let us begin by writing the given data first. So here this side represents the person A's income, the expenditure and the equation, and this side represents the data for person B. So let us say that the monthly income for the person A is going to be 9x from the ratio. So for the second person the monthly income becomes 7x, where x is the amount. Then we have written, let the monthly expenditure for person A be rupees 4y and let the monthly expenditure for person B be rupees 3y. Now if both are going to save rupees 5,000, then the respective equations become, now here this is 9x, that is how much the person A is earning, minus how much he is going to spend, that is 4y, and after spending he is going to have 5,000 as a saving amount. So 9x minus 4y is equal to 5,000. So let us consider this as equation 1. Similarly for person B, 7x is the amount he is going to earn and 3y is the amount he is going to spend. So we have written 7x minus 3y is equal to, now after spending, he is also going to save 5,000 rupees. So the equation becomes 7x minus 3y equal to 5,000. Now let us consider this as equation 2. Now we have got two equations in the form of two variables, that is x and y. Now after this, let us find out the value of x, because here we need to find out their respective incomes, and for the incomes we have considered x. So to find out the value of x, I am going to make use of elimination method here. So here we have written both the equations, that is 9x minus 4y is equal to 5,000 and 7x minus 3y equal to 5,000. Now remember that we are trying to find out the value of x, that is the monthly incomes, not the expenditure. So here we have to try to keep the x variable and try to eliminate the y variable. So here I am going to multiply the first equation with the coefficient of y, which is 3. So the first equation gets multiplied by 3. And the second equation, again I am going to multiply by coefficient of y from the first equation. So here the second equation gets multiplied by 4. Now we are going to multiply the first equation with 3. So 3 times 9x gives us 27x. And 3 times minus 4y gives us minus 12y is equal to 3 times 5,000 gives us 15,000. Now let us multiply the second equation with 4. So 4 times 7x gives us 28x. 4 times minus 3y gives us minus 12y is equal to 4 times 5,000 gives us 20,000. Now we are going to change the signs of the second equation. So here plus 28x becomes minus 28x, minus 12y becomes plus 12y, and plus 20,000 becomes minus 20,000. So here we are going to get 27x minus 28x gives us minus 1x. Now minus 12y and plus 12y will add up to give us 0, that is they will get cancelled, and 15,000 minus 20,000 gives us minus 5,000. Now here we can cancel off the negatives from both the sides of equal to sign. So this is going to give us x equal to 5,000. Now once we have got the value of x, we are going to find out what was the monthly income of person A and person B. So here let us write, person A's monthly income was in the form of rupees 9x. So here we have written 9 times the x value is 5,000. So 9 times 5,000 gives us rupees 45,000. So this was his monthly income. Now for person B, the monthly income was rupees 7x. So we are going to multiply 7 with the value of x, which is 5,000. So 7 times 5,000 gives us rupees 35,000. So these were the monthly incomes of person A and person B. Solve the following system of equations graphically. 2x minus y minus 2 equal to 0. Minus 4x plus y plus 4 equal to 0. Also, find the absolute difference between the ordinates of the points when given lines cut y-axis. So let us try to understand the question first. So here we have been given two equations and we need to solve them graphically. So before we proceed with the graph, let us rearrange these equations. Now here I have taken negative y on the right hand side, so it becomes positive y equal to, now 2x minus 2 remain the same. Now for the second equation, I have kept y as it is and I have sent negative 4x on the right hand side, so it becomes positive 4x, and then sending positive 4 on the right hand side, we get it as negative 4. So the first equation becomes y equal to 2x minus 2 and the second equation becomes y equal to 4x minus 4. Now once we have got it in this format, let us take some values of x and get the values of y respectively for both the equations. So the values of x we have taken here are 0, 1 and 2. You can take any values of x, it's up to you, but choose some easier numbers. So here I have chosen 0, 1, 2. Now one by one we are going to plug in the values of x in this equation. So we get y is equal to 2 times, now the x value is 0, minus 2 gives us 0, minus 2, and 0 minus 2 gives us minus 2. So when x is 0, we get the value of y as negative 2. So here we have written when x is 0, y value is negative 2. Now when x is 1, we get y is equal to 2 times 1 minus 2 equal to, now 2 times 1 is 2 minus 2. So 2 minus 2 gives us 0. So when x is 1, y becomes 0. Now for the third value of x, that is 2, we get y is equal to 2 times 2 minus 2 is equal to, now 2 times 2 gives us 4 minus 2. So 4 minus 2 gives us 2. So when x is 2, y is 2. So 3 values are enough. You can also take 2 values for this. But to be precise and accurate, minimum 3 values are good to go. Now once you have taken this, let us focus on the second equation. And again, I am going to take the same values of x here. So y is equal to 4x minus 4. Now you can see I have taken the values of x as 0, 1 and 2. Now again you can take any values of x. Now to keep it simple, I have taken the same values of x for both the equations. So here we get y is equal to 4 times, now x value becomes 0. So we get 4 times 0 minus 4 equal to, now 4 times 0 is 0 minus 4 and 0 minus 4 gives us minus 4. So when x is 0, y is negative 4. Now when x is 1, we get y is equal to 4 times 1 minus 4. Now 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 minus 4 gives us 0. So when x is 1, y is 0. Now for the third value of x, that is y is equal to 4 times 2 minus 4. Now 4 times 2 is 8 minus 4. So 8 minus 4 gives us positive 4. So when x is 2, y is 4. Now once we have got these values of x, let us start plotting them on the graph. So here we have, so this is our x-axis. On the right hand side we have positive x and on the left hand side we have negative x. Now 0 is the origin. Now upwards is the positive y-axis and downwards it is the negative y-axis. And here we have mentioned the scale as well. That is x-axis, 1 unit we have considered as 1 centimeter, and y-axis also 1 unit will be equal to 1 centimeter. So it is a good practice if you write the scale on the graph sheet. Now once we have got this, let us focus on the first line where we have the x and y values, starting with the first pair of coordinates, that is x is 0 and y is negative 2. So it is going to be on the y-axis because x is 0. So negative 2 comes over here. So x is 0 and y is negative 2. This is our first point. Now the second point is 1, 0. So it will be on the x-axis, which is over here. 1, 0 comes here. Now 2, 2, that is x is 2 and y is 2. So you get the third point over here. So you are going to draw a straight line passing through this way. And do not forget to write the equation, the original equation given in the question, just near this line. So the equation was 2x minus y minus 2 equal to 0. Now let us focus on the second line. So the coordinates were 0, -4. So it is again going to be on the y-axis. So 0, -4 will be over here. Now 1, 0 will be again on this point. 1, 0 comes on the x-axis. And the third point is going to be 2, 4. So when x is 2, y is 4. So it is going to be over here. So let us draw a straight line joining these 3 points this way. So this blue line represents the second equation, which is -4x plus y plus 4 equal to 0. Now once we have got these two lines, we have to solve it graphically, which means we have to take the coordinates where the two lines meet each other. So here we can see that this is the point where the two lines meet each other, and this is on the x-axis and at x equal to 1 and y equal to 0. So the point of intersection or the solution of these two given equations is going to be 1, 0. So here we have written the solution is x, y equal to 1, 0. Now in the question there was another part given, that is also find the absolute difference between the ordinates of the points where the given lines cut the y-axis. Now ordinates means we have to check the y coordinates of the lines where they are going to cut the y-axis. So here we can see that the two lines have cut the y-axis at 2 points. The blue line is at -4, so it cuts the y-axis at -4, and the red line cuts the y-axis at -2. So the difference or the distance between these 2 points is going to be 2. So absolute difference means you can take the positive value, and the positive difference between these two is 2. So here we have written the absolute difference between the two ordinates is going to be 2. So this is our answer. The sum of the numerator and the denominator of a fraction is 4 more than twice the numerator. If the numerator and denominator are increased by 3, they are in the ratio 2:3. Determine the fraction. Now in this question we need to find a fraction. So let us consider the fraction to be as x over y. So here we have written let the fraction be x over y. Now in this question we have been given two statements. The first statement is the sum of the numerator and the denominator of a fraction is 4 more than twice the numerator. Now here x represents the numerator and y represents the denominator. So the sum of numerator and denominator means we are going to take it as x plus y is in English represents equal to sign in mathematics. So we have written equal to sign here. 4 more than. 4 more means we have to write 4 plus, or you are going to increase it by 4. So remember, more is a keyword. So wherever you see this more, we have to replace that by addition. So 4 more, that is 4 plus twice the numerator. Twice means 2 times. So here we have taken 2 times the numerator, which is x. So this first statement given converts as an equation, that is x plus y equal to 4 plus 2x. Now here we are going to take this x on the right hand side. So we get y is equal to 4 plus 2x, and positive x becomes negative x. So this equation simplifies as y is equal to 4. Now 2x minus x, they both are like terms. So they will subtract each other, giving us positive 1x. So from statement 1, we got the first equation, that is y is equal to 4 plus x. Now in the question, we have been given a second statement, which is if the numerator and denominator are increased by 3, they are in the ratio 2:3, which means we are going to add 3 to the numerator and to the denominator. So you can see here we have written the fraction as x plus 3 over y plus 3. Now when we add 3 to the numerator and denominator, this fraction will be equal to, the ratio 2:3 becomes the fraction 2/3. Now once we have written this, we are going to go ahead with the cross multiplication. That is 3 multiplies with x plus 3. So here we have written 3 times x plus 3, and 2 multiplies with y plus 3. That is our right hand side. Now in the next step, we have expanded these brackets. That is 3 multiplies with x, giving us 3x, plus 3 times 3 is 9, is equal to 2 times y is 2y, and 2 times positive 3 gives us positive 6. Now in the next step, we are going to take 2y on the left hand side, and positive 9 will take its place. So here the equation becomes 3x minus 2y is equal to 6 stays the same, and positive 9 becomes negative 9. So simplifying this equation, we get 3x minus 2y is equal to 6 minus 9 gives us negative 3. So this becomes our equation 2. So here we have equation 1 and equation 2. So let us try to find out the values of x and y by using the substitution method here. So here we have rewritten the two equations. That is, this is the first equation, y is equal to 4 plus x, and this is the second equation, which is 3x minus 2y equal to negative 3. Now using the substitution method, you can also use the elimination method over here. I've just used the substitution method. We are going to substitute the equation 1 in equation 2. That is, we are going to replace the value of y with 4 plus x. So here we are going to get 3x minus 2 times, now in place of y we have written 4 plus x, is equal to negative 3. Now expanding this bracket we get 3x minus 2 times 4 gives us minus 8, and minus 2 times plus x gives us minus 2x equal to negative 3. Now 3x and minus 2x, they both are like terms, so they will subtract each other giving us 1x, and at the same time we are going to take negative 8 on the right hand side giving us positive 8 minus 3. So here we get the value of x as 8 minus 3, which is 5. Now once we have got the value of x, let us find out the value of y by using equation 1. So consider equation 1, that is y is equal to 4 plus x. Now in place of x we have written 5. So y will be equal to 4 plus 5, or the value of y we get here is 9. So now we have got the value of x and value of y. So our fraction becomes x over y, which is equal to 5 over 9. So this is going to be our answer. For what values of m and n does the following pair of linear equations have infinitely many solutions? So here we can see that two equations are being given and we are supposed to find out the value of m and n. So let us begin by expanding this given second equation. So here expanding the brackets we get m times x is mx plus m times 2y gives us 2my plus n times x gives us nx, and plus with minus is minus, and n times y is ny is equal to 21. Now let us gather the like terms. Here we can see that mx and plus nx are like terms because x is a common factor. So here we have taken x as a common factor out, and inside the bracket we have got m plus n. Similarly, we have the like terms to my and minus ny. So y is a common factor, so we have taken it out, and inside the bracket remains 2m minus n is equal to 21. Now let us consider this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. So here 2x plus 3y equal to 7 is equation 1, and the equation we got just now becomes equation 2. Now these two equations can be written in the general form as a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, and the second equation can be written as a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Now by comparing these two equations, we can see that the value of a1 is equal to 2 because both are the coefficients of x. The value of b1 is equal to 3 because both are the coefficients of y, and c1 is equal to 7 because both are constants. Similarly, we are going to compare these two equations. The value of a2 becomes m plus n because both are the coefficients of x. The value of b2 becomes 2m minus n because both are the coefficients of y, and c2 is equal to 21 because both are constants. Now once we have got the values of these variables, we have the condition for infinitely many solutions, that is coincident lines, as a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2. So this is the condition for the lines representing infinitely many solutions or coincident lines. Now in the next step we are going to substitute the values of these variables. So we get a1 over a2 becomes 2 over m plus n is equal to b1 over b2 becomes 3 over 2m minus n is equal to c1 over c2 becomes 7 over 21. Now here we have simplified this fraction, that is 7 divides 21. That is 7 1 times is 7 and 7 3 times is 21. So these two fractions become equal to 1 over 3. Now we can equate each of the fraction equal to 1 over 3. So we have equated 2 over m plus n equal to 1 over 3 and equated the second fraction, that is 3 over 2m minus n equal to 1 over 3. Now let us proceed with simplification. So m plus n multiplies with 1, giving us m plus n is equal to, now 3 multiplies with 2, giving us 6. So let us consider this as equation 3. Now here 2m minus n multiplies with 1, giving us 2m minus n, and 3 multiplies with 3, giving us 9. So the fourth equation becomes 2m minus n equal to 9. Now once we have got these two equations, you can use the substitution method or elimination method to find out the values of m and n. Here I am going to use elimination method. So I have written the two equations over here, that is m plus n is equal to 6 and 2m minus n is equal to 9. Now adding these two equations, m plus 2m gives us 3m, plus n and minus n will add up together to give us 0, that is they will cancel out each other, is equal to 6 plus 9 gives us 15. So here we get the value of m as 15 over 3, that is this 3 goes on the other side and divides 15. So here 3 divides 15, that is 3 1 times is 3 and 3 5 times is 15. So we get the value of m here as 5. Now once we have got the value of m, let us find out the value of n, and for that we are going to consider the equation 3. So let us write here, consider equation 3, that is m plus n is equal to 6. Now the value of m we got here is 5. So 5 plus n is equal to 6. Now taking 5 on the other side of equal to sign, we get the value of n as 6 minus 5, or n is equal to 1. So these are the values of m and n, that is 5 and 1. Check whether the following pair of equations is consistent or not. If consistent, solve graphically. So here we can see that two equations are given, and we have to find out whether these two pair of given equations are consistent or not. And if they are consistent, we have to find their solutions, that is the value of x and y, by using a graph. So let us begin by writing the general form of these equations first. So the first equation can be written as a1x plus b1y is equal to c1, and the second equation can be written in the general form as a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Now by comparing these two equations, we can say that the value of a1 is equal to 1 because both are coefficients of x. Here if no number is given, its default going to be 1. So a1 is equal to 1. b1 is equal to 3 because both are coefficients of y, and c1 is equal to 6 because both are constants. Similarly for the second equation, the value of a2 will be equal to negative 2. So be careful over here. They have given y first and then followed by x. So a2 will be equal to negative 2 because both are coefficients of x. The value of b2 will be equal to 3 and the value of c2 will be equal to negative 12. Now in the next step we have taken their fractions, that is a1 over a2, b1 over b2 and c1 over c2. So a1 over a2 gives us 1 over negative 2, b1 over b2 gives us 3 over 3. So 3 divides itself giving us 1, and finally c1 over c2, that is 6 over negative 12. Now 6 divides negative 12, that is 6 1 times is 6 and 6 2 times is 12. So this fraction simplifies as negative 1 over 2. Now here we can see that a1 over a2, this fraction is not equal to b1 over b2. So here we have a1 over a2 as negative 1 over 2 and b1 over b2 as 1. So this condition represents intersecting lines or consistent lines. So now since we have got the equations as consistent, we have to solve these two equations by using a graph to find out the value of x and y. So now let us reconsider these equations, starting with the first equation, that is x plus 3y equal to 6. Now here we have rearranged this equation in such a way that we have y on one side of the equal to sign and rest of the terms on the other side of equal to sign. So here first of all we have sent this positive x on the other side. So we get 3y is equal to 6 minus x. Now sending this 3 on the other side of equal to sign, we get the equation as y is equal to 6 minus x over 3. So here in the denominator we have 3. So take the values of x in such a way that this numerator will be easily divisible by 3. Now here I have considered 3 values of x, that is 0, 3 and 6. You can take any values of x, but to keep it simple, take the values that will help you to divide this numerator easily by the denominator. So here taking the value of x as 0, we get y is equal to 6 minus 0 over 3. This fraction simplifies as 6 over 3. So 3 divides 6, giving us 2. So when x is 0, y is 2. Now you can take two values of x also, that would be enough. But to keep it precise and accurate, I have considered 3 values. So the next value of x we have considered here is 3. So y is equal to 6 minus 3. So in place of x we have replaced 3 over 3. So this simplifies as 3 over 3, giving us the value of y as 1. So when x is 3, y is 1. Finally, we have considered the value of x as 6. So we get y is equal to 6 minus 6 over 3. So 6 minus 6 is 0 and 0 over 3 gives us 0. So when x is 6, y is 0. So here we have written all the values of x and all the values of y. Now using the similar steps, let us focus on the second equation. So here our second equation was 3y minus 2x is equal to negative 12. Now again we are going to take y terms on one side of the equal to sign and rest of the terms on the other side. So here we have taken negative 2x on the other side of equal to sign. So we get 3y is equal to negative 2x becomes positive 2x minus 12. Now taking this 3 on the other side of equal to sign, we get y is equal to 2x minus 12 over 3. Now once we have got this equation, let us take some values of x. So here you can see that I have taken the same values of x, that is 0, 3 and 6. Again choose the values of x in such a way that the numerator gets easily divided by the denominator. So here for x equal to 0, we get y is equal to 2 times 0 minus 12 over 3. Now 2 times 0 is 0. So 0 minus 12 gives us minus 12 over 3. Now 12 can be divided by 3. That is 3 1 times is 3 and 3 4 times is 12. So when x equal to 0, we get the value of y as negative 4. Now when x equal to 3, we get y is equal to 2 times 3 minus 12 over 3. Now 2 times 3 is 6 and 6 minus 12 gives us minus 6 over 3. Now again 3 divides negative 6, that is 3 1 times is 3 and 3 negative 2 times is negative 6. So here when x is 3, y is negative 2. Now when x is 6, we get y is equal to 2 times 6 minus 12 over 3. Now 2 times 6 is 12. So 12 minus 12 gives us 0. So 0 over 3 gives us 0. So when x is 6, y is 0. So here we have written all the values of x and all the values of y. Now here we have taken these two tables along with their equations for easy reference. Now let us start plotting these two equations on a graph sheet. So here you can see that a graph is being considered. The right hand side is the x-axis, the left hand side is the negative x-axis. The line going upwards is y and the line going downwards is negative y. And at the center we have the origin. Now let us start plotting the points for the first equation. That is when x is 0, y is 2. So when x is 0, y is 2, the point will be on the y-axis, that is over here. So this is our first point. Now the next point is when x is 3, y is 1. So when x is 3, y is 1, the second point will be over here. And the third point is when x is 6, y is 0. So the point will be on the x-axis, that is over here, 6, 0. Now let us draw a line connecting these 3 points this way. And this line represents the equation x plus 3y equal to 6. Now let us do the same thing for the second line. So the points are 0, negative 4. So it will be on the negative y-axis, that is the first point is going to be over here. The second point is going to be 3, negative 2. So on the x-axis it is 3 and on the y-axis it is negative 2. So the point will be over here. And the last point is 6, 0, which will be again over here on the x-axis. So let us draw a line connecting these 3 points now, this way. And this line represents the equation 3y minus 2x equal to minus 12. Now once we have drawn the lines, we have to find out the solution of these two intersecting lines. Now we can see that these two lines intersect at a common point, that is 6, 0. So the solution or the intersecting point of these two lines is going to be 6, 0. So here we have written the solution is x, y, that is x equal to 6 and y equal to 0. So this is going to be our answer. I hope you have understood all the steps and liked the video. And if you found this video useful, then check out this playlist where you'll find more examples of this kind. And if you're liking my videos, like, share and subscribe to my channel. And thank you for watching.